Hello everyone, welcome to DSA Cracker series. Today is 19th May, it is the 11th day of our streak. We have done total 11 questions. In last video we have completed find the duplicate in an array of n plus 1 integers. Today we will head on to our next problem, that is merge two sorted arrays without using extra space. Let's head on to this. So let's see what problem statement states here. Given two sorted arrays A and B in size n and m respectively, the task is to merge them in sorted order without using any extra space. We have to modify A so that contains the first n elements and modify B so that it contains the last m elements. So basically what it is saying, using this example, let me explain you what it is stating. Since these are two arrays, after sorting it to a one array, it will give like in ascending order 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 2 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 7 comma 10. After sorting and merging these two arrays, it will give this, and after that we have to sort again this in two different arrays according to their ascending order. First array should have 2 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4, and the next array should have 7 comma 10 in the output after sorting it. Okay, so let's dive into the code and how we will do it. We will use here a gap method. What is a gap method? Gap method is basically what we will use here. We will use here a gap method. What is a gap method? Gap method is a way to merge two sorted arrays without using any extra space. Imagine two shelves full of books, they are already sorted. Now you want to combine and resort them, but you can't use a new shelf. No extra array, you must organize the books in place, just moving them between the shelves. Okay, instead of going one by one like usual sorting method, the gap method compares books that far apart and gradually reduces the gap to get books closer to their right place. Okay, in this way we can solve this problem using a gap method by sorting it first in order and then converting them into ascending order, and then after that we will demerge them to a separate arrays in the ascending and into two different arrays. Okay, so let's do this. Let's start our code. Let me first complete this code and then I will explain you how I did this. So class is defined and function is also defined using parameters a and b. First we have to define the length of array. M is equal to length of b. Then we have to define another function, that is def next underscore gap having parameter gap is to this, and then gap then we have to define a loop. If gap is less than equal to 1, then return 0, return gap plus 1. With two division it will gives us an integer in an output. Double divide gives us not only division, it gives us greatest integer function near that. For example, if we divide 10 divided by 3, it will give 3, not 3.33. Similarly, if we divide minus 10 double divided by 3, then it will give minus 4. That is the greatest integer function of that. Okay, so now we have defined a function and then defined a loop. Then we have to define again what is a gap. Gap is next score gap n plus m. Again we will form a loop. And in this way we have completed our code. Let's compile it and check whether it is working or not. It is showing runtime error. In which line? Line 14. Line 14. Okay, misread it, mistyped it. And next is in line 54. Let's compile it again. Now it is showing the output. If array is 1357 and 0 2 6 8 9, it will sorted it in 0 1 2 3 5 6 7 8 9, found one array and then given ascending order, and then it is divided into two outputs. Okay, so we have passed our first test case. Let me explain you how I got this, breaking this in step by step approach. First we have written the length of the two arrays a and b by using n and m, as it is given in question that a and b are having size n and m. So we have defined the size, and then we have defined a function that is next underscore gap. We use a helper function to calculate the next gap. Okay, then we have defined a next gap. What is a gap? Because we are taking parameter as a gap, so we have to define it. What is a gap? Then in the next step, in this, we have compared it with we have compared elements of ai and ai gap in this step using a while loop. In the next step, we have compared a and b. In this loop we have compared a and b. If a is greater than b, then we have compared a and b, and in next we have compared the elements of a. So basically first we have compared the elements of a and then sorted it, then we have compared the elements of b, then sorted it, a and b combinedly, and then sorted it, and then we have compared the elements of b array, then sorted it, and after in last step we have reduced the gap and repeated it. After one full pass with current gap, we have calculated the new gap. Gap is equal to next gap equal to this, which gives our output as like what we have expected. Hence in this way we got our solution. Let's submit this code and check whether it is working or not for all test cases or not. Oh, it is not passing through all test cases. Let me see why. I am making some mistake, I think. Let me check. Now it is passing all test cases. I have made mistake here. I have written I, but it is J. And we have completed our all test cases. We have gained 4 points. Thank you, and see you in next problem.